Hey guys, we made it to our room and now I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a tour. So here is our bathroom. It has double sinks. It is low, so I have a feeling this is a handicap accessible room because the sinks are extremely low. But it's got a really pretty mirror, as you can see. And if you've seen any of the other videos on this hotel, there is this ducky artwork on the wall here. Tub's on the tiny side, probably one of the tiniest tubs I've seen in a hotel, but it's doable. It'll work. And then of course they give you products, so if you need bath wash, shampoo or conditioner, they do stock that. We did bring our own. Also, the shower head looks really nice and clean. I have to say, the last time we stayed in Anaheim, we did not have a pretty shower head, and that one actually looks pretty good. And like I said, tiniest little bathroom you will ever see. And apparently it's got like a special flusher on the toilet. It says light flush go up, big flush go down. Interesting. There's a little flusher on the side. Towels are up here, and there's our extra TP in case we need it. All right, now we're gonna go take a look at the closet. All right guys, so here's the closet. They gave us a ton of hangers, and as you can see, we hung up Gary's jackets because it is a bit chilly, and gave us a safe. We've never used a safe before, but it's cool. It's cool that it's there in case you need it. But yeah, just your simple white closet. Looks like there's an ironing board and an iron peeking back there. So yeah. Okay, so next up, I'm gonna talk about this because not every hotel has this. We have a Keurig coffee maker, cups, some coffee pods, a microwave, and a fridge. And if you guys are familiar with our Vegas videos, usually these fridges are filled with things that we can't touch because of money. But no, it's nice to have a fridge so that you can put your Gatorades and your waters in. Which we are huge fans of. So that's the nice little snack area. All right, so now onto the main part of the room, the beds. I believe these are 2 queen beds. We decided to not get a king bed and just try the 2 queens, since I think most people who are coming out here are gonna want 2 beds anyway, so we kind of wanted to showcase that. We'll see how these beds feel. We'll keep you guys updated on that. And then the wallpaper is like this blue, they look like palm tree fronds, like palm fronds, which is pretty cute. I love the blue and the orange. And then we have these little like side sconces on both sides. No USBs on these, just a regular like connection. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but other than that. And then in the middle here, we do have one of these little Alexas, but I'm not really sure what it does. So we'll have to play with that later and see if it does anything in the room. It might, so I'm curious to see. But yeah, so that is the sleeping area of the room. And then we do have this nice little table and 2 chairs, so there's actually a lot of workspace in here, I have to say. We've got this table, we've got that table with these 2 pull-out seats, we've got a desk with a chair, and we have this little dresser thing with the drawer. So a lot of workspace to work off of. And again, like some accent mirrors, and then I have to show you guys what I think is the cutest part of this room. And that is all of the Disney stuff. So we've got this cute little Mickey poster on this wall, which I think is super cute. And then there's another Mickey poster over here. And this was probably the highlight of what I found. And it's pirates. Good old pirates. So yeah, so that is our room, and I will show you guys the view here coming up next. Alright guys, so here is our view. We have a view of the garden pool. As you can see, it is a busy day out there. Lots of people hanging out at the pool. Actually, it's like 46 degrees outside, I think, so there ain't nobody at the pool. Oh, and here goes the monorail. There it goes. Can y'all see it? Should I zoom in a little bit for your viewing pleasure? It's been a long time since I've seen a monorail, guys. It's been a long time. That's cool. That's pretty neat. Got to see the monorail go by. Anywho, so given that that's the monorail, Disneyland is like just back over there. We can actually see the Matterhorn from the front parking lot, which I thought was super cool. So we will make sure to show you guys that view once we get back out and over there. I'm the OG.
So now that we've shown you the hotel room, let's take a look at the inside of the hotel. You'll see the hallways are pretty generic, blue carpets, pink walls. This is the ice maker and machine. There used to be apparently soda machines and stuff in here, but they no longer are in the building. Alright, so here's the outside. There's the big building that we're in. And you see it splits off into little, kind of like timeshares-esque ones over here. And this is the big parking lot. Be cautious if you're here during the weekdays. It's getting pretty busy traffic-wise, so just be extra cautious. Here is the courtyard between what looks like timeshares. It's a nice little space. It's got some green space in between, and then there's a fountain in the middle of all of them. And this connects back to the main office as well as the other building that we'll show you in a little bit. 60s even? Ring ring, Knott's Berry Farm on the line. You're a mean one. That's legit. Your devious plots. Alright, so here's the other side of those timeshare looking ones, and there is the water park right up at the front of the structure. And you'll see the office slightly in the distance. This is just outside the parking lot. The Matterhorn. There's also a bus stop right outside the parking lot in case you need to go somewhere else in Anaheim. There goes public transportation. So this was the main pool area. It was located right outside our room, and you will see it earlier when we look off of the balcony that we had, a small little balcony that there was. This was pretty cool. It was their Castaway Cove, and it's a very tiny water park that's right on premises. So here is what the Castaway Cove looked like on the inside. You'll see there's not much to it. There's a little play set, some flowing water underneath the mushroom-looking thing in the distance, and then a very small pool that some of the slides roll into. So there's not much to it, but it is a little nice play area. There's no one here at this point, but it was about 40 degrees outside, so there wasn't too many people outside in the pool areas. This is the little shop that's located right behind the main office in that big secondary building that we showed you earlier.
Alright guys, so now that we've kind of showed you guys a little bit about what's around the property, we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, so the Hojo, or Howard Johnson, right by Disneyland, is really worth a stay if you're going to Disneyland and walking.
Agreed. The location is kind of like a hit or miss depending on what angle you're looking at.
Well, I mean, she says that because if you're driving, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get to the parking structures at Disneyland. We went to Disneyland Hotel, which is right by the parking structures. The drive's probably it was probably about 15 minutes on the way back. It was probably 18 minutes over there the first non-rush hour time. But a little bit convoluted. Walking, though, it's amazing. If you want to walk to Disney and you're able to walk to Disneyland, this is definitely the hotel for that, or one of the other ones that are right along this sort of strip.
Agreed, yeah. So I think this hotel's been here for quite a while. It does look like they did some expansion around like the 80s, and I think we're in the expanded section.
And we're definitely in a refurbed room too, because it's got a ton of outlets and a ton of USB ports, which we'll show you.
Which was awesome, especially for all of our gear, like our camera gear and stuff like that. It was nice to have the extra outlets. There's actually a lot of lighting in the room, which is kind of sometimes a missed thing in some hotels. You go to your hotel and you just feel like you're in a cave.
Well, definitely subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we can do new videos. But you can check out all of our Vegas hotels that we've done. All of them are super dark.
Yeah.
And in comparison, this one's much brighter and actually more livable at dark time, is what I would say. The only caveat to that is the bathroom is super bright, which is great when you're preparing. But at night, it really does feel like Clark Griswold from Christmas Vacation, and you just get blinded by that light around the mirror, which is great, again, if you're preparing, but not so great if you're trying to just whiz at nighttime.
Yeah, at nighttime. One of the weird things I will say about the room is the Alexa device. It doesn't control anything in the room. It's merely here, I think, as an alarm clock.
And you can't even do like sleep sounds or anything because you have to set up an account with it, which don't do that if you're here. And so that's what you'd have to do. So it really doesn't really serve a good purpose. Another thing to think about too is we basically use this as a staging area. We'd go to sleep, get up. At night when you're returning from the Disneyland parks, it is super dark in this parking lot and really kind of unsafe around. If you walk around the building to go into the main door, there are no lights on that side of the building, and there are cars driving up and dropping people off at pretty much all times. So it's a little bit unsafe on that side. There's other ways to get to the room though that are a little bit safer. You can cut through the courtyards and stuff like that. So when you're walking, it's a little bit safer. But if you don't know that and you cut around the building like we did the first day, it is really dark in this parking lot.
Agreed. All of the buildings are key secured, and as well as the front gate, so you do have to use your key to get into the gate. It's one way in and one way out. All of the other entrances have been blocked off, so keep that in mind if you're driving or if you have an Uber. It seems like after 5 p.m. they close the front gate, so you will have to use your key. It does have a call button so that they can call the front desk to be let in, and keep that in mind. The other thing too is, at least what I liked, is there's posters in all of the towers of the different parts of Disneyland, which I thought was really cute.
Yeah, you can definitely get a Disney feel here, which is awesome. Posters, even the artworks in the room, they're all Disney themed. Really, really cool. It's a really, really cool room. And definitely a really nice sort of partner hotel for Disneyland over here.
Agreed. I feel like I got an okay night's sleep. It wasn't like the best night's sleep I've ever gotten, but it was decent. The pillows are nice and fluffy, which sometimes is hard to find. So a lot of times you get into hotels and the pillows are just like completely flat and you have no support behind your head. And here, Gary thinks, and at least for his pillow preference, a little too fluffy, but for me it was kind of right on the dot.
Yeah, I would say a great bed to sleep in. Not the best we've ever had, but definitely a good hotel bed to sleep in. And most people are probably doing is going to Disneyland and sleeping in the rooms. So for that purpose, I think it's an okay sleep, definitely for sure. Great hotel, but that's definitely an okay sleep.
Another thing to keep in mind is if you have little kids or you're somebody who just wants to hang out by the pool. Granted, the time of year that we came, it's a little bit cold outside, but there were still people enjoying the pool. This place has actually 2 pools. It has a water park up in the front for little kids to kind of run away. It's more like a splash.
It's like
park.
a jumble gym that has water is what I would
Yeah,
compare it to.
I would call it more like a splash park than I would a pool. And then there's a main pool, which is actually kind of where we're at. It does look heated because you can see the steam come off of it. Both have lifeguards in them, but you do have to make a reservation, so keep that in mind when you do come here. You, at least for right now with COVID and especially with this new variant and everybody taking extra precautions, that you will need to make a reservation, and they're in 2 or 3 hour time blocks, and they basically, you can come in for that time and then you have to leave for that time. They sanitize and then they let another group in.
And a great thing to know, we don't smoke, but if you do, there's only one smoking area here, and it's all the way at the front of the hotel. So if you're in the rooms that we're in, which is the back tower, it would be a significant walk to go and smoke. Even if you're in like what I would call like sort of like those timeshare looking ones, same thing. It's definitely a decent walk because it's all the way out in the front by the office, and it's just this really tiny space. And today when it was raining, if you smoke, it would not have been a good day because there's no cover over it or anything. It's just a table and some chairs.
Mm-hmm. But overall, I would honestly give this a thumbs up compared to the other resort that we stayed at in Anaheim, which wasn't, it's a little bit further away from Disneyland, but it was still doable. It was only about a 5-minute drive. Whereas here, you're literally within steps from Disneyland.
Yeah, I feel like if you were going to do stuff in Anaheim so far from the place, if you're going to like drive around and do more things, that would probably be a better hotel to stay at. If your sole focus is Disneyland and DCA and downtown Disney, this is the hotel, at least on the Strip so far.
Mm-hmm.
So we would definitely stay here again for that.
Agreed. And I think we have plans to check out some more of these hotels that are along the main road facing Disneyland. So
yeah, let us know in the comments below any of the ones out here that you'd recommend we stay at next, because we'll definitely be back here later this year, at least a few more times.
For sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If there's anything that you guys want to know about this hotel that maybe we didn't talk about, let us know in the comments below as well, and I'd be happy to fill you guys in.
Yeah, and make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that notification bell so you get updated when we do more videos throughout the year around Disneyland and also in Las Vegas.
And that's going to do it for this video, and we will see you guys in our next adventure.
Yeah, come get lost with us again.
Bye.
Bye.